Don't come into my field of vision, it's unpleasant. My husband yelled at me unreasonably. One day, my husband saw my smartphone ringing and he called out to me. Hey, it's a call, hurry up and answer it because it's noisy. My husband looked at the name of the incoming call and opened his eyes wide. Why? But it was too late when he realized it. From now on, my husband was going to see hell. My name is Madison, a 28-year-old company employee. I am currently dating a man named Hudson. I met him through work. There's someone who suits Madison. He's my subordinate, but he's a sincere and good guy, said the manager of the trading partner I was in charge of. Hudson was the one introduced by the manager. He was handsome and had a refreshing atmosphere. I think he's reliable because he's always enthusiastic and hardworking, said the manager. Mr. Wilson, the manager of the trading partner, is always smiling and gentle. Since such a person introduced him, he must be a nice person with a good personality. I thought so and decided to go out to eat with Hudson. He was kind and funny, and I felt a gap between his serious atmosphere at work. I was more and more attracted to him, and he seemed to be attracted to me too. After several meals and dates, he confessed to me and we started dating. Oh, you're dating, that's good. If you get married, be sure to report it, said the manager. Yes, of course. I blushed a little at the word marriage. He seemed a little embarrassed too. But if we could continue dating smoothly like this, I thought I could marry him. He was so wonderful. And before I knew it, we had been dating for about a year and a half. I like him and I feel that my love is getting deeper and deeper. In the midst of all this, he finally proposed to me. Madison, you are an indispensable existence for me. Please marry me. Yes, please take care of me. And so we got married. I was really happy with the proposal from him and tasted the greatest happiness. Soon after that, we reported our marriage to Manager Wilson. I see. You two are finally getting married. Hudson, don't make Madison sad because I introduced you, said the manager. Yes, I will definitely make her happy. Manager Wilson was very happy about our marriage. I am really grateful to the manager who introduced Hudson. Then we went to our parents to report our marriage and had a meeting of both families and held a wedding. Many friends and colleagues attended the wedding and celebrated it grandly. I tasted happiness and it became a wedding that I will remember for the rest of my life. And so, Hudson and I started our newlywed life. My husband had asked me to become a homemaker when we got married. So I quit my job and became a full-time housewife. However, I had been working hard all the time, so I wasn't very good at housework. So after becoming a full-time housewife, I experimented with trial and error every day. I learned cooking from my mother and studied by watching recipe videos by cooking experts to improve my cooking skills. Thanks to that, my cooking skills improved rapidly, and my husband began to praise me. This dish is really delicious. It's my favorite taste, he said. Really? That's great. When I see my husband eating my delicious food, I feel very happy. I decided to work harder on housework. But there was one thing that surprised me when I got married. That was that my husband was quite sloppy at home. He would throw his socks and underwear in the living room, and he wouldn't put the dishes he had finished eating in the sink. When I went to his room to play, it was always relatively clean, so I was surprised to learn about this part of him after we got married. When I asked him about it, he said that when he was single, he had a house cleaning service every week. That's why it was always clean when I visited him. At first, I was surprised, but at the time, I was happy to learn about my husband's unexpected side. I even thought that I would work hard on housework to surprise him. I think our newlywed life went very well. My husband worked hard and earned money. I worked hard to increase my housework skills to support him, and I tried to spend our time comfortably. We took a lot of time together on my husband's days off and enjoyed our happy newlywed life. Before I knew it, 2 years had passed since we got married. However, recently, I have become more and more worried about whether we are doing well as a couple. Of course, I love my husband, but I feel like his attitude is cold for some reason. One possible reason is that my husband was promoted to section chief. It should have been a happy story, but my husband became busier than ever because of the promotion. Therefore, he basically works overtime on weekdays and comes home late, and on holidays, he spends more time relaxing at home to heal his work fatigue. I can still endure that, but my husband no longer talks to me properly. I made Hudson's favorite fried chicken today. How is it? I asked. It's delicious, my husband replied. That's good. You must be busy with work, I said. Yeah, my husband replied. No matter what I talk to him about, he just replies with a word like that. And he doesn't even look at me. I thought my husband was just tired from work, so I decided to leave him alone as much as possible. If I make warm food and wait for him, he can heal his tired body. So I decided to work hard on housework and watch over my husband from behind. However, one day my husband came home drunk. Until now, he had always contacted me in advance when he went out drinking. But that day, I hadn't received any contact, so I made dinner and waited. Welcome home. You went drinking today, didn't you? I made dinner. It can't be helped if a drinking party suddenly comes up. But if you had sent me a message, I could have done something about it, I said. I couldn't put everything in the refrigerator because I didn't know when my husband would come home, and I was a little hesitant to take a bath. I must have been a little irritated unconsciously. My husband heard my words and opened his eyes wide and got angry. Do I need your permission every time I go drinking? What? I'm the one working in this house, aren't I? You're eating with my money, so what are you saying? But I made dinner, so at least say something. Shut up. You're a housewife and you're living an easy life, so make dinner for something unexpected. I might get hungry. I might bring my subordinates or juniors. Don't complain when you're being supported. My husband yelled at me unreasonably. I was surprised to see my husband angry for the first time. My husband, who was angry with a terrible expression, was very scared. My husband went to the bath while I was scared and slept in the bedroom afterwards. I thought it was a bit much to sleep in the same bed as my husband, so I fell asleep on the sofa in the living room. Then the next morning, my husband woke me up by hitting me. Hey, why are you sleeping on the sofa? Are you avoiding me? My husband was angry with a very scary face. Don't make such a scary face. If you do, I won't want to sleep with you, I said. Huh? It's your fault for making me angry. Anyway, stop doing things that make me run away like that. I feel uncomfortable. My husband was angry from the morning like that. If you understand, make breakfast quickly. I was ordered by my husband like that and got up from the sofa and headed to the kitchen. The sofa is not suitable for sleeping for a long time, so my waist and back hurt. And I made breakfast as I was told. You're really useless as a wife. Scrambled eggs should have ketchup. Why isn't it prepared? My husband got angry with me unreasonably and has been quite cold to me since then. Don't come into my field of vision, it's unpleasant. I'm sorry. My husband yelled at me unreasonably. I was ignored before I knew it. Hey, are you listening? Even if I talked to him like that, my husband didn't react to anything. I didn't know what to do, so I talked to him many times, but my husband continued to ignore me. I was ignored for 6 months and couldn't go out without permission. It's really bad personality to ignore someone for such a long time. But it was convenient for me because I could prepare various things. One day, my husband saw my smartphone ringing and he called out to me. I was in the middle of making lunch on his day off. My husband seemed to be irritated since the morning because his work wasn't going well. And he called me from over there, which was unusual. Hey, it's a call. Hurry up and answer it because it's noisy. You're really slow. My husband raised his voice like that. Hurry up. This? What's this? My husband opened his eyes wide as he looked at the name of the incoming call. My husband looked at the broken glass from the photo frame. I'm going to divorce you and claim compensation from you for hurting me. You're going to see hell for hurting me. I packed my things and went back to my parents' house. Afterwards, I claimed compensation from my husband and his mistress through a lawyer. I also claimed compensation for harassment because I had been ignored by my husband and recorded his abusive language in my diary every day. According to the lawyer, my husband had a plaster on his finger. He must have been injured while trying to clean up the broken glass. I feel really good about it. Director Wilson got angry with my husband and my husband was demoted from section chief after the deliberation of the higher-ups. Moreover, according to the investigation, there were voices of harassment from subordinates, and my husband was sent to a physical labor factory in the countryside with a pay cut. He is now living a poor life while paying compensation to his mistress and living in a place where he has no acquaintances. On the other hand, I returned to my parents' house and was successfully re-employed. The company where I was re-employed was a friend of Director Wilson's and had a very good treatment, so I was able to stabilize my life immediately. For the time being, I don't need marriage or love, so I'm going to focus on my work and step up. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like, please subscribe to the channel.